Hello everybody and welcome to Spyro the reignited trilogy. Am I going to play all three games back to back? No, because I accidentally kind of need to get used to the fact that these controllers, right? I've been playing a lot of Nintendo games lately, and obviously I've got a 3DS here. The A button is in this position. It's not in focus. But you get the point, right? The A and B buttons on Nintendo and Xbox controllers are reversed. So it's going to get a little bit of getting used to the fact that A is on the bottom. I'm going to only play the normal Spyro the Dragon for now. Maybe I'll play Ripto's Rage, Gateway to Glimmer, whatever you want to call it, in the future. And very maybe I'll play Year of the Dragon, even though I don't very much like that game in particular. For now, just the normal Spyro the Dragon. I'll get into like the format of this series and what it's going to be after the introductory cutscene. At which point this loading screen is taking forever. Also, I'm playing this on the PC version of the game. Why is there no audio? No, really, why is there no audio here? It's not that there's no audio recording, it's just there's no audio. That doesn't make any sense. And I accidentally pressed a button and now I skipped it. Okay, is that a settings thing? Do I have something messed up in the settings? Sound? Music, reignited, that's what I want. Dynamic music, that's what I want. Volumes, music effects, voice, all at 10. I don't know why that would be the case, to be honest. So as you can clearly see, the layout just changed. And that is because every single level is going to have its own layout. Oh God, this looks so good.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find
What? I'm gonna turn off the subtitles as well.
What about nasty Nork?
Also, I'm not going to let every single one play out and not talk. Especially since there's going to be like, I think there's like 60 or 70 dragons. I'm not going to interrupt my commentary for every single one of them. So let's go into the options here. Obviously, this is... Ooh, the map. I want a map. Obviously, this is the PC version because we have an actual options menu. I did already go into the graphic settings to turn off motion blur because fuck motion blur. The only reason motion blur was even a thing to begin with in this game is just because the PlayStation 4 can't handle this game at a proper frame rate. So, as you can clearly see, when I freed that dragon, there's a little like thing on the bottom of the screen which shows you all the collectibles other than the gems, because I'm not going to update for literally every single gem I get because that would be insanity. But like for every dragon and the stages where we have something like a dragon egg, it will be on the bottom screen how far we are into completing any given level, and every single level will have its own layout and progression like bar on the bottom of the layout, and it'll be a little bit of editing for me, more so than for instance a Nuzlocke would be, because I only have to edit those when I either capture a Pokemon, lose a Pokemon, or get a badge. The Pokemon Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke that's going on as I am recording this, and probably still as of me uploading this, hopefully, because otherwise I would have lost it. For instance, so far I have just defeated that 6th gym, and I am at about 60 edits for the layout through the entire series, which averages about like... Actually, that averages about like 4 layouts, I think, an episode, roughly. This is going to be a lot more, because we're... like 5 minutes into this. Also, the camera, I need to get used to it. We're about 5 minutes into this, and this is already probably like the 4th layout in this video. Because every single time, it doesn't change a lot, granted. It's just a matter of changing up things a little bit. But every time I free a dragon, I'm going to update the layout just a little bit to show you the progression. And I'm going to complete every level 100% like in one go. And as you can clearly see, I am skipping through the dialogue of these dragons. Because this is not a blind, oh, let's see how amazing this game is. Because I know how amazing this game is. And you probably know how amazing this game is. So I don't need to... And there's no story significance like... It's Spyro the freaking Dragon. It's not the Legend of Spyro because, as I said, this is actually a good game. So I'm going to skip through most, if not all, of the dragon talk. This is actually a fairly difficult jump to make in the reignited version of this game. In the original version of the game, not that big a deal. But I need to remember that Spyro has this little like automatic hop in this version of the game, which he doesn't have in the original, I don't think. And I'm used to Spyro 2 and 3 where you have the little, just a tiny little boost at the end of your glides, right? So, yeah, I'm almost done with the homeworld, and the formatting of the series I have been thinking about for...
Cool, Flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss. In the dragon mouth.
You what, mate?
Not yet ready.
What?
You must complete one of the other.
What is this? Okay, so all dragons were saved. I'm not sure I would call that last dragon actually being saved. More so, it's definitely free. Doesn't necessarily mean he's saved. So I was thinking, I've done a Spyro the Dragon normal version playthrough before. Also, can I see? I need 2 more gems. Where are those goddamn gems? Before, I've done one, and I did 1 stage per episode, meaning that the entire series was 31 episodes, and some episodes ended up being roughly like half an hour, because some stages are ridiculously long, and some episodes ended up being much shorter, like this one would be just 6 minutes. But back in that time, I was uploading those videos daily. And I'm going to the Speedway first now, I think. Does the order matter in these? I don't think they do, right? I think I just need to jump on them all. Yeah. And I don't want to do that because I'm uploading every other day now. And if I'm uploading every other day and it's 31 episodes, that's going to be a 2-month-long series. And while that would be fine, I suppose... It's not something that I really want to do, even though that would be the best for like search optimization, because people would obviously be looking for specific levels. Also, Speedway, the flight levels in this version of the game, in the reignited trilogy, not optimal, I'm gonna be honest. I very much prefer the controls in the original Spyro for Speedway levels. Not saying that they're bad, just that they're a little bit bad. So then I came to the conclusion, maybe I want to do an entire homeworld with all the levels in it per episode. But then some episodes would probably get close to like, I don't want to say 2 hours, but over an hour in length. And well, that's not a bad thing. Then this series might be a little bit short, because that's only like 5 or 6 episodes. And that would be about a week or 2 weeks, which is fair. But I don't know that I want to do that either. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to make the episode roughly half an hour, as I tend to do with my content. And this is actually a tricky turn, yeah. As I tend to do with my content, roughly half an hour. But I will also keep in mind that I'm only ending these episodes once I actually completed the level I'm doing. I won't end an episode like mid-level, because that's just... That just doesn't seem right. So maybe some episodes will be like 25 minutes, because I'll be 25 minutes in when completing a level. And I'm like, I'm not going to start the next level, because that's going to make like a 45-minute long episode at the shortest. But maybe sometimes I'll jump into a level which ends up being longer than I think it will be. Meaning that a episode ends up being like 40 or 50 minutes, because I just misjudged. Point being is I'm always going to end an episode by finishing a level. That's just kind of like the TLDR there. That's going to be the format of the series. So I I'm expecting... Oh my god, am I gonna make this? Oh my god, that's... that's so close! I'm expecting roughly to take 2 episodes per homeworld, because we're about 10 minutes in here, we've done the speedway, we've done the hub world. I don't know how I'm going to do the speedways. I think I'm just going to have a static layout, because I'm not going to have like graphics on screen for every single thing that I collect. Especially since it's already on screen in the game, right? So, yeah, that seems fair. I think I'm just going to have a static one for the speedways. Dark Hollow, this is probably going to be... No, actually, I think we might do... I don't know which one we'll do, because there's 3 more levels in this world. And I'm thinking I might, after I finish Dark Hollow, do 1 more in this episode. But I'm not quite sure which one that would be. And Dark Hollow, it's not a long level by any means, right? Because if you know what you're doing, also that's the front door closing. If you know what you're doing, this is not a long level whatsoever. It's just, it has branching paths, and that's the whole thing about Spyro, right? It's one of the very, very early on open world-ish games, and this thing just looks freaking amazing in HD. Its animations are a little bit, I don't know, not optimal. At least it's not glitching out like the one Dragon was, because... Okay, so maybe the PC version of the game is not the optimal version to play, but even then, with the occasional graphical glitches, being able to turn off motion blur makes it worth it for me. I don't know, I just really, really hate motion blur. When this game first released, I think most reviewers agreed, and so did I. Not that, to say that I'm a reviewer, not at all. Did I do a in retrospect on this game? I might have at the time. I don't know. I don't know that I did. Was I doing YouTube at the time? I'm not sure. But anyway, I despised the motion blur in the reignited trilogy, and now that it's out on PC, you can just turn that off, and the game actually plays so much nicer as a result of this. This is also the first time I'm playing this on the PC version. I have completed Riptor's Rage and the original Spyro in the reignited trilogy 100% on the PS4 version of the game. I have not 100%ed Year of the Dragon, because again, I don't really like the game very much. But I did play it, and I did go at least like casually complete it, for lack of a better word. And now I literally bought this on Steam yesterday. So this is the first time actually I have... No, it's technically not the first time, because I started the game up and then I changed some settings and I restarted the game because I set it to windowed, and then the game wasn't in windowed. It needs to be in windowed for me to easily record it. And it wasn't in windowed, so then I restarted it and tried to see if that would force it into windowed, and it still isn't. It's borderless windowed. So I guess technically speaking it is windowed, but just classify it as borderless windowed, please, if that's what you're going to do, and not actually have a windowed version. It's fine. Really, it's fine having borderless windowed, because the only thing I need to be able to do is easily click off the window that the game is playing on and then click back onto it. So borderless window works fine for that, but I also need to... My main screen is the one to the right, and the Let's Play would look like this for the face cam, if that were the case. And I can definitely still do that, because my recording software is down on the right side there. But I want to have it on this screen, and I had to look up how do you change full screen applications to your second monitor, which apparently is Windows Shift and arrow keys, which I didn't know, so I'll learn something today. So technically speaking, moral of the story is the second time I opened the game, but I literally bought it yesterday because it was on the Humble Bundle monthly, and I'm like, it's a good deal anyway, Humble Monthly, so I might as well. I probably should, right? So that should 100% this level, and return to home. This is one of the very few instances where I'm actually going to use the return to home exit portal, because as probably many of you at this point know, did I not 100%? Yeah, I did. As probably many of you know at this point, if you just go, well, you can't do it here. Let's go to Stonehill just because it's the closest one. I kind of wanted to do the other one. That's a little bit further away, but I can do that next episode. That's no big deal. So yeah, when you're in a level and you press start, you can exit level, and it's just works the same. So if you 100% a level nowhere near the end of the level itself, you can just exit the level through the pause menu, and it's a lot quicker. Which might sound like very interesting speedrun strats. It's just to prevent annoyance on my part. Also, I keep switching between the D-pad and the analog stick, which you might actually be able to notice, because right now I'm definitely using the analog stick, which is a lot smoother. But for certain parts and certain like platforming sections, and especially the speedways, I very, very much prefer using the D-pad. I don't know why. Do you? I'm really curious to know, because I'm going to guess that most people... I'll get back to that dragon. Most people watching this have probably played the game, and if you haven't, it's on Steam, and as of right now, as of me recording this, and I think as of me uploading this too, actually, well, it's not like I'm affiliated with Humble Bundle at all. I wish I were. It's also on Humble Monthly, which is $12 a month to get, I think, like 3 free games, and this month it's Crash and Sane Trilogy, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and Call of Duty World War II, which I don't care much for that last one, but both those HD trilogies for Crash and Spyro are amazing games, especially, again, the PC versions, because no motion blur. And you're able to play it in 4K, I suppose, if you have a graphics card powerful enough and a monitor that can handle it. My graphics card probably should be able to handle it. My graphics card, it's RX 480, so it's getting slightly outdated now. But it should be able to at least play it at 1440p, if not 4K. 4K might be just out of its reach, because I do think this is a fairly demanding game, all things considered. And but I just don't have a 4K or 1440p monitor. I have two 1080p monitors, which I have two monitors for a number of reasons. I just can't live with a single monitor anymore. It's just, it makes me very depressed. And I need it for recording purposes, because I'm obviously playing the game on one monitor, and then I'm monitoring my audio and having the video preview of what I'm recording on the other monitor. And also, for video editing purposes, it's real nice to have actually like 3, sometimes even 4 monitors wouldn't hurt. Having, okay, or like very large, like an 8K monitor is the same as having 4 monitors, right? It's just no bezels in between them. But frankly, you have to try real hard to get me a setup, which I'm like, no, this is just too many monitors for me, for video editing purposes. Because if I could have all my panels on separate monitors for my video editing software, I take that. I would take that to a certain extent. I don't want like a wall that's just monitors, and I actually have to like do this to see what I want to see. But other than that, yeah, definitely give me all of it. Give me all of the monitors. So this level is actually it's tricky. It's not that tricky, but as a kid I was always confused here, because I didn't know you could actually walk on like these little in-between parts, and there were gems here. So I was always missing a huge amount of stuff, among which is the Act Thief, which, again, I feel like the Act Thieves in the Reignited trilogy are a little bit more difficult to capture than the original ones. And also, I feel like I'm dropping a bit frames here, which means that I'm down to like 40 frames per second rather than 60. I don't know if this will be uploaded in 60 frames. I think am I even recording this in 60? Am I recording this in 60? I don't even know if I am. Can I check? I'm going to check. Outputs. Recording. Video. 60 frames per second. So this probably will be uploaded at 60 frames per second. That makes me think all my... Okay, that that was a little bit shocking, to be honest. That makes me think all my Pokemon videos also are at 60 frames per second, which literally doesn't have any use, because those games don't even run... Well, they technically run at either 30 or 60. I mean, Pokemon Emerald, the GBA game, runs at 60 frames per second for no fucking reason whatsoever. Because all the animation cycles are like 10 frames per second at most. But it technically runs at 60 frames per second, even though it doesn't really matter. So, all my Pokemon videos, apparently, I didn't know you could even get on top of this roof. Something new learned every day. And this is also the first time I'm playing this game with the minimap. I think it's possible to enable it on the PlayStation version, yet I never did, because I'm not sure how you do it. Maybe there's an options menu in there which I just never found, because I never like bothered with it. But having the minimap actually probably will be fairly nice. Also, I think, does Sparks have the ability of... I don't think Sparks has the ability to point me towards... Yes, he should, actually. But I just don't know which... Yeah. So, if you press L3... I don't know what it would be on keyboard. Why would you even play this on keyboard? Sparks will point you towards the nearest gem, which, of course, is this one over here, because there's a chest and a dragon here, which I skipped before. I'm going through this fairly quickly. I mean, the first world definitely is the easiest one, and there's 4 more gems somewhere around here. And that's all the dragons, so just 4 more gems. I did get the dragon egg, didn't I? I think I did. I'm playing this on autopilot. I've played this game so many damn times. I just play this on autopilot by now. Especially the first, like, 2 worlds. It's just, I don't think about what I'm doing whatsoever. I need to get back on the wall. Okay. So that's a little bit of an introductory talk to Spyro the Dragon. Let me know. I mean, I'll know from statistics, I suppose, and view counts, how well this series does. But let me know if you are excited to have me play something other than a Pokemon game, which is either a spin-off or a Nuzlocke. Having it exactly be Spyro. Do you like 3D platformers? Do you like Spyro? Do you want me to play Riptor's Rage? Or are you like, well, maybe not right away or whatever? Just give me opinions. That's pretty much what I'm asking. Opinions on anything related to this series, even like loosely related. I just want to know what you guys think. And honestly, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun here, other than the fact that I literally can't find the last 2 gems. There we go. And once again, we're closer to the exit portal, so I'm going to use it, because I don't often get to. So this is one of those moments where I'm like, okay, so we're 24 minutes into the video, and probably I should save the speedways for situations like these, because speedways are fairly short compared to other levels. But I'm not going to go into the next level right away, right? Because the next level is definitely going to take more than 5 minutes, and probably more than 10 minutes, because Town Square is actually an annoying level, because there's an Egg Thief that's probably going to... that's the bane of my existence, is pretty much what I'm getting at. So I'm going to end this episode here. And until the next time, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. I need to remember to get screenshots for the overlays, because it's very difficult to get screenshots from, like, that's a cute animation. Anyway, see you back next time. Bye.